Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough review of Maoyuu Yuusha episode 7. Different from last episode, we find out Mao's actually helping out the Winter King retake Bright Light Island. What? Isn't she a demon herself, so she wants to help, the Winter King kill her own kind? Something's not adding up. And she brings salt to the table to help the Winter King out. Apparently she wants to buy one day where no one's going to do anything to buy time for Yuusha to appear. That kind of makes sense. And I love seeing how they use the salt to put together the ice together to make a path directly to Bright Light Island. That was ingenious. Now we are taking to a different scene with Yuusha. Now eventually we do find out, the Winter King's army has taken over some of the beach that belongs to, the demons. So I definitely thought that was worth mentioning. However, Yuusha appears out of nowhere with reinforcements from, ready? Gate City. That's right, apparently all of his shenanigans and, scaring off all these guards in Gate City has paid off. In fact, the former commander of Gate City takes all of his soldiers and leaves one of the generals in charge and just leaves just to support everyone at Bright Light Island. And it was perfect. They appeared just at the last moment to reinforce, the Winter King. And I thought it was definitely hilarious. And guess what? It worked. All the demons end up leaving Bright Light Island. So the humans have won. Except for the Ice General. Yeah, the Ice General has not left. In fact, he's killing everyone left and right. And eventually it looks like Yuusha's going to battle, the Ice General. No. In fact, the nun, which is one of Yuusha's companions, ends up fighting the Ice General and wins. Now, I don't know if he's dead or just been defeated, but it was an interesting fight. Again, I thought it was going to be Yuusha, though, but again, that's where the episode ends, and all my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. Let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with the older maid, and she's basically doing a light update on what's happened, about the Winter King, the economy, Winter Pass Village, Maou and Yuusha's relationship. She's basically just chatting off, talking about that kind of stuff. It only took about like 3-4 minutes, so it's a really good update in my opinion. However, she keeps pointing out everything is calm, it's perfect, and that's where that scene ends. And again, that's where we open up with. Moving on to a different scene, we see Yuusha and the nun. They're training, they're sparring, and it does in fact look like Yuusha is the clear-cut winner. No, the nun wins. So during this little training session, the nun wins. Now we see them washing up afterwards, and Yuusha's helping the nun wash up, I guess, like an outside shower per se. And the nun's not wearing anything except for, her pants. She's got like a towel hiding her tits, and it's hilarious. But Yuusha's like stunned. He's like, I shouldn't be seeing this, I shouldn't be seeing this. And the nun is really oblivious to it. She's like, you've seen him before. I was like, what? So apparently she's helping Yuusha wash, and they're acting like brother and sister. It's weird. I don't know if I'm turned on or just completely WTF moment there, Just thought I'd put that out there. But we're taken to a different scene with Yuusha and the nun yet again. And apparently they're talking about two different things. So they have two different conversations going on. And the only one I'm paying attention to right now is what the nun is saying. She's basically telling Yuusha, so we should probably settle this whole thing between who's the mistress and who's the wife. And I'm like, huh? You talking about Maou and yourself? What? I'm like, and it just like went right over Yuusha's head. He didn't even understand what the hell she was talking about, but it was hilarious. However, we're taken to a different scene with Yuusha, and he's pointing out to everyone in general, at least who he's around with right now, that even if the humans win, it's not going to matter because they're just going to enslave the demons. And if, the demons win, they're just going to enslave humanity. So it's not a win-win situation. If this war ends, there's no clear-cut winner. I mean, that kind of makes sense, how he's describing it, but we're taken to a different scene with the little maid, yeah, the youngest of the sisters, the little maid, and she's using Yuusha as a guinea pig to taste out her carbonated beverage, which looks like orange. So carbonated like orange, not orange juice, but like orange in general. I'm like, so because of Maou found out there's like, she told this little maid that there's carbonated water, and then this little maid started like playing around with it. She made this like beverage. She uses Yuusha as the guinea pig. I'm like, this girl's got a future. She's pretty damn bright. Watch out, Diet Coke. Watch out, Pepsi, vanilla, and all that crap. We've got a new girl in town. Yeah, just putting that out there. I wanted to be sarcastic like that. But we're taken to a different scene with Maou and Yuusha, and they're doing a little light catch-up on what Yuusha's going to be doing. Apparently, he's got an agenda over the next couple days, couple months, in Gate City with the council and whatnot. I definitely thought that was worth mentioning. However, we're taken to a different scene with the former Gate City commander. Yeah, you remember that guy who fled Gate City, took all those men with him, just to save Bright Light Island, per se, help the humans out that were there, help the Winter King out? He's on trial. Yeah, the former Gate City commander, he's on trial, and he gets the death penalty for helping out his own kind. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he fled the city. like a pussy, but I mean, seriously, the death penalty? Why not just take his nobility away, or whatever status he has? But they kill him over something so small? I mean, it's not like he left no one in command. I mean, he left a really great general in command, but still, the death penalty? And he goes crying like a little baby. He's like, no, don't do this. Like, you just lost all respect, buddy. So we're taking to a different scene now. It's with the Eastern Fortress General, which was left in charge of Gate City, and he's talking to Yuusha. They're getting ale, they're eating food, they're relaxing. Yuusha's got his helmet off, so everyone knows, I guess he's the hero, but no one said anything. But he's fitting in pretty well. And then the Dragon Princess appears. She comes out of nowhere and talks to Yuusha. She's like, saying, I'm your wife. Like, how come you're not paying attention to me? I'm like, Yusha's like, wait, so you're my wife? When did that happen? When did that happen? Seriously? It's like, no, you're not my wife. No. I'm like, come on, she's an attractive girl, but she's the Dragon Princess. I can see it kind of working out. But wait, you got Maou, the Demon King, so I don't know about this. So we're taking to a different scene with Maou, and she's noticing there's earthquakes all around her. It's like, she knows what's going on. But what we do find out, apparently this is the second one this month of earthquakes. We don't know what's causing them, but she does. I'm curious to find out more about these earthquakes. However, moving on past that, it appears like Maou is getting ready to leave the mansion, her estate that's in the human realm, to go back to the underworld palace. So she's telling her head maid to prep everything, because apparently she'll be leaving soon. And I'm like, huh, leaving soon for what? But I'll get into that later. So we're taking to a different scene with Yuusha, Maou, and the maid, and they're in Iron Country. Apparently, one of the workshops they're there to visit has completed one of the prototypes that Maou has, I guess, come up with. So Maou had this little project for this guy in Iron City to make something of one of her prototypes, and we find out it's the printing press. So Maou had the blueprints for the printing press, and she needed someone in Iron City to make it. Like, in reality, in like our world, that's not anime related, it was Johann Gutenberg that invented the printing press, just FYI. So I'm like, okay, so in this anime series, some random guy in a mythical Iron Country creates it based off of Maou, which is the Demon King. Like, this is kind of funny. But again, if you don't know what a printing press is, it's how you make like books or newspapers and whatnot, you know, the lettering. So this is kind of interesting. So I can't wait to see what this is going to happen. Where's this going to take us within the anime now that the printing press has been made? So we're taking to a different scene with the nun and Maou. This is at night. Later on in the night, we see Maou and the nun. They're right outside Yuusha's bedroom, and it's kind of a bullshit story in my opinion. They're there for a midnight tea party. No, they're not. One of them they both want to sleep with Yuusha. It's kind of hilarious, and they're lying about it. They're hiding the real reasons. And guess what? Yeah, the head maid shows up, and she complicates things more. Now, the nun basically tells, you know, Maou that, yeah, Yuusha and I, we talked a little while ago, and apparently the Dragon Princess gave him this, like, handkerchief or something that says she has undying love for him. So this is why I'm stepping in. I need to do something more, you know, show more of my feminine affection toward him. I'm like, come on. Mao's now really flustered and pissed off. And again, the head maid shows up out of nowhere, and she's like, okay, so if you girls aren't going to do anything, you know, I'll handle this. You guys step aside, and I'll go in and I'll sleep with Yuusha. That way there's no hard feelings between you two, and I don't really care for him that much. I don't know if that's a lie or not, but I'm like, wait a minute. So you got Maou, you've got the nun, and now you've got the head nun. I mean, the head maid. They all want to sleep with you, man. This just turned into a harem series. What the fuck? Come on, man. Come on. So we're taking to a different scene with the head maid, and she's like, you know what? Since you girls don't want me sleeping with them, I'm just going to use my magic and lock you in his bedroom. And she just flings them inside, locks the door, and now the nun and Maou are now in Yuusha's bedroom, and it's hilarious. And they're negotiating on who's going to sleep with him. I was like, yeah, you can have the bed in the morning, I'll have it at night, or you can sleep on the floor while I'm with him. Like, come on, man, it doesn't get any better than this. A Demon King, this Knight, which is a nun, the head maid's outside, you got a Demon Princess. Come on, man, you got it all going. This is a harem series now. What? Oh, I love it so much. But again, they're just arguing who's going to sleep with him. So we're taking to a different scene with Maou, and she's actually tossing us a little bit of interesting information, which would clarify why she's going to be leaving for the Underworld Palace soon. So apparently she tells the nun she'll be leaving for the Demon Realm next week to renew her Demon King license. There's a license? Well, sign me up, I want one. Sounds kind of cool. But anyways, her Demon King license is about to expire, so she has to go back to the Demon Realm to renew it. and this may take a few months because of a ritual, I guess, and she has to visit each one of the former Demon King's graves, and only she can show up, as well as her head maid can show up to visit this particular graves, I guess. So that kind of makes sense. So that's what she's telling the nun. So we're taken to a different scene with Maou, and it's the next morning, and Maou gives the maid, which is the eldest sister of the maids, her earth fairy ring, which apparently can change her appearance, and she's basically telling the older sister, which is the maid, to use the ring to transform into Maou when she's not around, so no one knows that nothing's changed or anything like that. You can step in for me since you know so much, because I'm not going to be around, and that kind of makes sense. I mean, it does. Now we're taken to a different scene with Maou and Yuusha, and they're parting ways. They're not saying goodbye because they're going to see each other again. There's it's going to be a few months to take care. It's you know what? This is what Maou tells Yuusha. Yuusha, you're in charge. Well, isn't he the hero to begin with? He was always in charge. I mean, you may have a contract, you may be the Demon King, but come on, he could have slayed you anytime he wants. Now he's slaying you in a different way? Just putting that out there. But anyways, they part ways, and it's kind of cute. So we're taken to a different scene with the former Gate City commander. I was wondering when we were going to see him again. I thought he was going to be heading toward the death penalty. He was going to die. No, he's alive and he's free. Apparently there was a double of him in the prison, so he's not dead. And there's another guy, the guy that didn't like the Winter King. He's also plotting against the current Winter King right now. So I don't know what their relationship is, like this guy and the former Gate City commander, if they're brothers, cousins, just friends. Either way, they're plotting against the Winter King, as well as apparently they want to kill the Eastern Fortress General, or at least the former Gate City commander wants to kill the Eastern Fortress General. So that's kind of interesting. And again, they in general want to plot against the Winter King. They want to kill him and take him off his throne. And again, that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, well, first of all, okay, the former Gate City commander. I wish we just had his name because I'm sick of calling him that. But anyways, the former Gate City commander. I'm wondering what's your plan with this guy, and how are you going to go about doing it? Are you going to kill, the Winter King, or are you just going to go cut directly to the Eastern Fortress General? Take the small fry first, since he's less threatening. And if you do take out the the Eastern Fortress General, what's going to happen to Gate City? Is it going to turn back into a human territory, or are you going to eliminate the demons? We don't really know. Moving on past that, okay, what's up with Maou going to the demon realm? I know she has to renew her demon license, but why? Like she pointed out, if she doesn't renew her license, there's another tribe that'll take her place, and there's going to be more chaos. That's the reason. But what does she have to do to get her license renewed other than visiting these graves? Is there more? And why can only her head maid go with her? Why can't she take Yuusha? Because he's a human? I mean, technically he was wearing the demon armor. I mean, no one would notice. Just put that out there. And I'll throw one more thing out there. Whatever happened to the allied merchants? We haven't seen a lot about them. Remember, one of the allied merchants was in love with Maou. I want to know more about him and where he's at right now. And I'll throw one more. What about the Ice General? Is he really dead, or was he just defeated by the nun? We really don't know. But that ends it for my final thoughts. As per my rating, 4 out of 5. Now, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 because the emotion was written all across this goddamn episode. That's why I loved it. Was there any fighting? No. Was there a lot of information? Well, yeah. I mean, we got the former Gate City commander. Well, what's up with that? That hit me out of nowhere. And then finding out, Mao's got to go back to the Undercity, or the Demon World, to renew her Demon King license. That's a little more information than I was expecting. We got a light update on where the Winter King's at, the relationship of humans and demons, seeing the new general that's in charge of Gate City. There's a lot of information that was there, and again, this was an emotional episode. I mean, we got to see the nun, Maou, and the head maid, and the Dragon Princess fight over Yuusha. Love it. The love triangle within a triangle within freaking a rectangle. God, I can't even keep up with it. It's hilarious. But again, final rating, 4 out of 5, plain and simple. And that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Maoyuu episode 7. Definitely comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. But let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, that ends it for now, and I gotta hit the bricks. I got another walkthrough review to do, plus 3 more later on in the morning, so definitely stay tuned. But again, guys, I gotta go, and before I go, I gotta say it, and I always say it, you can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.